Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. I hope you all are all having a great winter holidays. I mean, we're getting pretty close now. So there's something that I really want to talk about today because I've been hearing it more on Discord and on Reddit, and people have been talking about the new, I guess, the new amount of screen time that has been added since Grim Forest has been released. Now, I do want to say that I am absolutely thrilled and happy with Grim Forest. I feel that it's one of the most accessible game modes that they've released, and comparably to Cursed City, and especially Cursed City Hard, it's actually a lot easier to break into this game mode. But there have been people who have been saying that this adds about, sometimes as much as 40 minutes per day, onto your screen time with Raid Shadow Legends for as much of the stuff and content that this game has. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm literally going to try and explain and go over all the stuff that I do from start to finish. What I kind of do on my daily, when I wake up in the morning, what do I do? What do I prioritize with? And what do I think that if you don't have so much time, what should you be focusing on first? That's what we're going to be covering today. Now, before we get started with the rest of the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing a raid or a new account, download using Narma the Return. Using the QR code to get Narma the Returned in the top right or in the link in the description below. And these three amazing epics, Lure, Tagore, and my new personal favorite, Ruella, at accounts level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget to use the promo code Demon Slayer to get Tholan Falbeard absolutely free within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. Okay, so when I wake up in the morning, which is basically now, I'm recording this video. What do I start with? And the very first thing that I do, and this is going to vary from person to person a little bit, I actually just go right into my dungeons. I go to Iron Twins Fortress, and I put this on background multi. So I'm running this. I go in there. That's my team. They should be geared. That's something you always want to check. Make sure your characters are geared because, if you move your gear around, sometimes, like Raph does not have gear on him currently, but I'm not using him in this. Set it on multi-battle, and then do my other stuff. That's basically what I do. And I do all my stuff that I can do while battles are playing. Some people might do arena first, just so you can set that on cooldown, right? So you can get the refresh list on cooldown. There's some teams there that I probably should have hit before I maybe did Iron Twins. It doesn't matter that much, but this gives me about like 8 minutes or so, I guess, while my Iron Twins is doing multi in the background, where I can do some clicking, right? Some clicking. Yeah, we need to do some clicking. And then we need to go to the portal and then summon our mystery shard because that's for a daily quest. And daily quests are very important, right? Do all your daily quests. Do all of that stuff. It's pretty easy. Campaign boss I can't do right now because I'm in the middle of a multi, but I can go into my tavern and I can do that, and I can, I don't know, level up. Yeah. Do I have any grays? Let's just put in one brew. You can do this without doing a brew, but it's just faster, I suppose. Level up your character and clear that quest, and then all that's left is basically classic arena and campaign boss, or sometimes it's 7 campaign levels or whatever. Make sure you do all your daily quests every single day. This should be obvious, but this is the first thing that I do that I get out of the way, because then it's going to funnel into the weekly, which apparently I'm also done once I finish my daily. So I'm going to go ahead and, because apparently I didn't summon enough mystery shards, and you do 10 more mystery shards so I can finish off the weekly quest, right? And then we have this, and then I can get some new objectives popping up, and all of that is really important. My monthly's almost done. Oh, I'm 6 days away from a sacred shard, so make sure you do some of this stuff. And then we dive into the advanced quest. Some of this which I've already done, and some of this which I can do while my Iron Twins is on multi. Some maybe not. So we have Sand Devils 3 times. I don't like this, so I'm going to try and change this to win a live arena battle. We're going to talk about this because I'm not a big fan of live arena. Use 3 glyphs. This is something that I can do while it's in multi. Is there any gear that I actually want to put it on, though? Not so much, and I know my Commodus doesn't really use attack, so I kind of go through the characters that I am using, though, and see if there's like any that I haven't. I've mostly done a lot of my glyphing. You know what? I could use some extra speed on this piece. Can I try and get some extra speed? Yeah, we got 1. Okay. And then I'll go down to one of my other characters. I think actually I do need some glyphs on some of this stuff, actually, in fact. So I'm going to go for a 4, not a 5, though. Oh, come on, a 1. I'm actually going to try one more. Oh, my God. Never try and glyph on a video. Let's see. Oh, I got a 4. Okay, that's great. up to 301 speed on my Arbice. Okay, that's not too bad. Anyways, I've cleared that advanced quest, and then you can see what's left. Demon Lord. Now, this is something that I don't do until later, typically, because I'm kind of waiting, right? When I go to bed anyway. So this might be different depending on your time zone. I'm essentially right now I'm recording at 9:50 a.m., which means my Demon Lord, the Demon Lord payout is around 11 a.m. So I do have to wait until around this time to do my Sims for Ultra Nightmare, and this might vary for you, right? If you are not in the ability to be able to do the Sims, the auto battles, then you might want to start by doing this first, right? If you need to, if you have your payout already and whatnot, this might be one of the first things that you end up doing, because this could be time consuming to put this on auto. And I think that's why progression in Demon Lord is so important, to make sure that you hit those one key thresholds so that you can like save a lot of your time every single day by just hitting that sim button. That makes a mountain of difference for a lot of things. For things like Hydra and Chimera, this is weekly content, so I'm not going to really cover it here in today's video. This is stuff that you'll just have to squeeze in your week sometime when you have a little bit more free time. And then after the Iron Twins finishes simming or multi-battling, which I'm not done yet, of course, normally at that point I would start moving on to Arena. But one thing, classic Arena, of course, first. One thing that I would avoid doing is live arena. I already screwed myself a little bit. Apparently, I'm already down a gold to. Oh no, actually no, that's fine. So normally, if it's just a quest for one win, and I can't show you this, guys, because I don't have live arena open right now, and that's one thing that I do hate, is that it's not open when you want to do it. But as you can see on the advanced quests, right, I have one actually that says complete one live battle and then win one live battle. What I personally recommend when you're doing your live arena battles, literally go in and then just cancel out, X out of the battle. And the way that the matchmaking algorithm works is that if you lose enough times, you'll actually get matched up with a bot, and it'll be significantly easier. So if you go in and you like quit out and you lose, you're going to get the completion objective done, and then if you do it like two times, and you do your third live arena battle where you do it for real, you're going to get matched up with a very easy target, which will allow you to win and also pick up your multi battles, right? Your daily multi battles. And so that's what I try to do every single day. I don't take live arena that seriously. It can be time consuming to get all your attacks in, or more, depending on what you're trying to do. Obviously, there's some good rewards in here with the legendary book, which I find is actually pretty rare, even for me. Like, I would have to probably win this like maybe 35 times. I don't know, like 1 in 7, in order to get the legendary book. Obviously this is really good because of primal shard fragments, which are pretty rare. But I mean, 35 wins is just, it's a drag. Live arena is a slog, and especially because it's not available at all times. Now, when it comes to Tag Arena, I actually think that this is something broadly you can skip a lot, especially if you're not making a lot of faction progress. If you're a new player and you're not doing a lot of things in faction crypts, Tag Arena is also something that you can skip. And I'll tell you why, because Tag Arena is often linked with that advanced quest that gives you the extra faction crypt keys. So if you're not progressing too far in faction crypts, or you haven't done that, or you don't have a lot of time to do this stuff, I think this is perfectly reasonable to skip. You could skipping Tag Arena. You don't have to skip Faction Wars necessarily, but you don't have to go out of your way for Tag Arena, which could take, I don't know, an extra 15 minutes if you don't have the time to do that in order to get those extra 6 keys. You could still run your faction crypts with the 12 keys that you have, and you're just doing it with one less run. That's all. So it really depends on time and how much time available you have. And then after that, I'll be honest, I want to talk about Doom Tower, Cursed City, and Grim Forest now in the threes. I think that's pretty much everything. When it comes to other I'm not talking about events or events or tournaments or things like that. That's things that you're gonna have to work out on your own time. Yes, there's gonna be a degree of background multi battles where you're gonna walk away, or just like put your phone down, or whatever you're using, and have that running for especially fusion events and things like that, which is actually what I need to do right now because I'm recording this on a day where we have Gear Hunters and the Dragon Tournament, which I was waiting for. So yeah, I mean, as of recording this, anyways, I am gonna have to, put my put my dragon background running, while I clear some of this fusion event stuff. So that unfortunately is a thing as well. But when it comes to my priority between Doom Tower, Cursed City, and Grim Forest, I actually think that Doom Tower is more important than Cursed City. So Doom Tower is also typically more accessible, whether it's on normal mode or whether it's on hard mode. So being able to clear these nodes and climbing are very important. The rewards that you get, especially the shards along the way, are also very important. This is on hard mode anyways. You can see a variety of different shards and legendary books and whatnot. Legendary book, void shard, sacred shard. So all of these things are very important to get done. Even on normal mode, I would say there's a decent amount of resources that you can get for a newer player if you're not doing hard, that this is worth doing as well. Cursed City is just in general more locked, I guess is what I wanted to say. Better word is more blocked. Blocked is better than locked, because on hard mode, I find that even for me as almost a 1 year player, that a lot of these nodes are just not really viable, right? If I look at my character selections for the champions, it's just not a lot of fun. Anyone who's played Cursed City probably knows that sometimes it really depends on the rotation of that particular node, that sometimes you can clear it and sometimes you can't, right? So, if you have the extra time to do this, I would. Obviously, Cursed City has a lot of great rewards, but I do prioritize Grim Forest. Now, one thing that I want to tell you guys, and in case you didn't know, you can actually do the walking parts of Grim Forest while things are on background multi, and that part is nice. Fortunately, you can't do the attacks, but let's say I have some stuff on hard Grim Forest that I can do. We got some free rewards there just by clicking on the nodes, right? And you can do this while my Iron Twins is still on background multi. I can do, if you don't have a lot of time, right, you can go around and do your walking nodes, because these are important too, right? I don't know how many I have left actually. I've done quite a few of them. I don't know if I have a ton of just like walking around. Keep in mind that walking around also allows you to pick up the Grim Charms, and that's going to be pretty important as well. So I can do my walking, my walkie walks, right? And this is still important because the Grim Charms are going to be on there, and you do want to make sure that you pick up your 15 Grim Charms to get your treasure hunt chest, whether you're on hard mode or you're on normal mode. So this is kind of something that you can do, if you don't want to do a lot of, you can do some exploring, right? There's another curio. I should probably go and do that. I'm going to do maybe 2 more because there's an ambush. And that's what I mean, is that you can do these walkie walks. I call it walkie walks because I have a dog. So that's what, it feels like I'm walking the dog right now. I'm going to go ahead and save the rest of my 15 energy, though, for actual battles, because I do have a little bit more time. But that's what I mean. If you don't have a ton of time, go around on, whether it's on hard mode, whether it's on normal Grim Forest, which I haven't actually done so much of. But again, you could just go around and do your walks, and make sure you save some of your energy for battles when you have more time. And that's the great part about Grim Forest. Now, I wish that you could do like a background multi and Iron Twins and do manual battles on something else, but unfortunately the game is not further along in that way in the, I don't know, technical department to allow us to do that. And while I've basically done, I wouldn't say everything, but a lot of things that I needed to do, my Iron Twins, I guess, takes about 2 to 3 minutes per run, because I'm at 13 minutes in the video here, and I haven't finished it yet. But then I can claim that, right? Try to get as many advanced quests done while you're doing something else as possible, was basically the main point of that. And especially any user interface stuff that you can do while you're doing the background multis. How much time do I spend on screen time per day? Well, I don't always get this 3 hours. That's a lot. I'll be honest. That I think what I do probably spend at the bare minimum, and this is as a content creator, so I do get that 180 minutes a lot, or I just leave this running on my computer on the side to make sure I get those extra classic arena tokens, because I do like spamming refreshes on that. But I would say by and large 90 minutes to 2 hours is how much I spend on Raid Shadow Legends actually like playing it, if that makes sense, which can be a lot for some people, right? But there's lots of ways that you can cut out things if you don't have that time, and that's perfectly reasonable as well. Again, things like a live arena and tag arena are absolutely the easiest things that you can cut out. That'll probably shave off a good 40 minutes of your day. It's not really that necessary. If you don't have the time, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not going to harm you long term. Cursed City is also another place where if you just don't have the time to shuffle all your gear around on hard mode for every single node, for those people who don't have a great amount of gear and rosters on all your characters, that's perfectly reasonable as well. Doom Tower, Grim Forest, these are all very important things. A classic arena, of course, really important because of the Great Hall, and then making sure that you get in your dungeon content where necessary, whether that happens to be Iron Twins Fortress, whether that happens to be grinding out some Minotaurs, or whatever you need for the day. That's a little bit important as well. Also, oh yeah, sorry, don't forget to do your campaign, your couple of campaign nodes at the bare minimum that you need to do in order to clear your objectives as well. So I just wanted to point this out. I put this out because I have been seeing some complaints about screen time, and I get it. Like there is a lot, especially if you're not a content creator like me. It's not so easy to just pick up and play for 15 minutes. That being said, if that's all the time that you have, make sure you at least do your daily objectives, because you're getting gems, you're getting, points towards shards and all of that. All this stuff is worth doing. So if that's the bare minimum time that you have to play this game, at least make sure you're doing that. Okay, that's going to be it for the video, but before we go, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, get out from under that rock. Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Narma the Returned and these 3 amazing epics: Allure, Tagore, and Ruella at account level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget to use the promo code Demon Slayer to get Thol and Foulbeard in the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everybody, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.